Hi, welcome to the show. I'm Gage.
I'm Bo, and this is the Brain Dead Podcast.
How's your day, man?
That's doing pretty good. Just got off of work not too long ago, but a little tired.
Yeah, dude, I feel that. I don't know why, but somehow I became the lead man on taking apart oil filter housings,
Hell yeah.
even on my own car.
It's probably because you've done so many lately.
That's what it feels like. Dude, I'm like turning another race on just the amount of oil that I'm having to scrape off a car.
Starting to look like my dad.
Just crusty, crusty and
cracked hands.
that cracked hand. My hands are the 80s crack epidemic. They're just
Yeah.
cracked out right now.
Well, like you got heroin flowing through your veins. Shut up the dirt.
Shut up, Motley fucking crew.
The fucking crew in the fucking house.
Alrighty, so we're gonna get the ball rolling today. So something that I would love to talk about because this is very near and dear to my heart because it's Volkswagen is the Mark 8.5 GTI. So you know the facelift and all this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I like it. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I didn't really like the Mark 8 because like I PDI'd them when they would come to the dealer when I worked at the dealer. At first I was like we literally all thought these cars were gross.
Mm-hmm.
It grew on me after some time. I'm not gonna lie. It took going to Helen and seeing some modified ones like lowered on wheels and tuned and
They always look better when
yeah,
you
that's
do shit to them.
yeah no. And then after that I was like okay I can get with these. But then they started obviously. It feels funny when you think about it, but like as soon as a car has been produced, they're already like millions of dollars into almost probably in the middle of, if not almost finishing another production model or next generation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are really upset that the Mark 8.5 will not come with manual. And like I get it, but at the same time, like get over it. It's 2024. I feel like people should just be happy that we're. I mean, Volkswagen had like lost the sauce. I want to say like over 10 years ago. The Mark V was like the last thing to ever get like just good interior, really cool additions.
No, I like the Mark 7.
Well,
Mark
okay,
7
okay,
is pretty cool.
okay. The Mark 7 was a good. It's a good platform.
It's a great platform.
It's a phenomenal platform. But Volkswagen used to be famous for like their interior, their quirkiness, and the sense of just like hey, we do shit for the people. That's why we. That's
Honestly, I kind of think the Mark 7 interior was like pretty quirky and nice and
but no, but
fancy.
you have to think about like the Fahrenheits, the 337s, the
Yeah.
20th anniversaries, like cool, like famous old school colors, like
Yeah.
Blue Lagoon,
Mm-hmm.
Amola Yellow. I might be saying that wrong. I usually always say it wrong, but like Amola Yellow,
Amola.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amola Yellow,
Just like the racetrack.
Jazz Blue, Rave Green, which wasn't in the 20th or anything, but that's just a personal favorite color of mine.
Yeah.
But like they don't do anything to that sense anymore. But let's bring it back. So the 8.5 is not getting a manual, and a lot of people are upset about this because oh hot hatch, I can't the clutch. I want to feel it shift. Even though most of these people are going to shoot out their fucking clutch when it hits 70,000 miles.
Yeah.
It's I mean I hate to say it, but the thing is, you're dropping your when it comes out. These cars are already over $30,000, or probably 40,000, if not with MSRP.
The markup.
Markup. I
Yeah.
kept wanting to say rate up. I don't know why.
Rate up.
Rate up.
Rate me up, dog.
10 out of 10.
Appreciate it.
You know it, dog.
You're 11.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But it's like, I mean, everybody. But see, the thing is, at the same time, everybody gets upset about how cars are made nowadays. I mean, in my opinion, I would if I had if I had the money and I could go buy an 8.5 to daily
Mm-hmm.
because then you have a good fun car to daily. It's gonna
8.5.
yeah 8.5. That's what they're considered. It's the facelift.
Oh, the new ones.
Yeah, the new one. Yeah, the new one. And I mean, you'd have a good reliable daily. Look, it's a nice new car.
It's responsible but fun.
It's just yeah, no, literally, that's the definition of the GTI. It's responsibly fun.
That's honestly the definition of most hot hatches.
Yeah, that's the definition. And
It's supposed to be a responsible car. It can go get groceries.
you don't have to
grab
worry.
the kids.
You don't have to worry.
But you can also go to the racetrack if you
Yeah,
want to.
no, legitimate. You could go have fun in the canyons.
Mhm.
Right? And if you really want to drive a manual, and Ariane, don't do it on a new car.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have a manual, you're going to be beating on it. And
if you beat on it and you break it and it's brand new, it's going to be expensive unless you have warranty.
But that's what I'm going to say. If you have warranty, but I promise you, if anybody's doing their due diligence at a dealership, which they will, it's not going to get covered, and you're going to have to pay for that. And I promise you, it ain't cheap. I know it's not cheap. As someone who I built my Mark 7 a couple years ago, and I did a lot of stuff. That was a somewhat new Volkswagen. It's kind of funny to think, but that car is almost 10 years old now. It was expensive. So just imagine on a 2023, 2024 type stuff. Just go save up 4 or 5 grand. Go buy a Mark 4. Go buy a Mark 5. Whatever. Go buy something that's dumb cheap to replace and maintenance. Throw some power at it.
Buy a 2.5. Do shit the 2.5s.
Do shit to a 2.5. Go buy a BPY. Go buy a 1.8T. Go find some VR6 that's messed up, fucked up, needs a little bit of time and love. Because that's the thing. You have your 8.5 the daily.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to think about it. So just go have fun with that. Beat the shit out of it. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
They're cheap to get parts for. They're dime a dozen everywhere. That's what I would say I would tell someone to do. And no offense, but calm down about the manuals because they're already coming with phenomenal DSG transmissions.
You can't go wrong with it.
That Volkswagen has been doing for years now. For
Volkswagen's been doing it for years. Porsche perfected it. Porsche and Audi perfected it.
Yeah, well, and you know what's funny in the Mark V's, the DSGs, because we actually over across the pond, Mark 4s got DSGs.
Oh, really?
But the early DSGs were actually, I believe, a Audi like brainstormed type thing, and then later iterations became like a Volkswagen thing. That's why like a lot of the Mark 5s, though, like a lot of people are like famously like, oh, I don't want a DSG one because I'm not gonna lie. With DSGs, it's sometimes it depends, but most of the time it's literally cheaper to just go buy another DSG transmission than to bring it to a shop and for them to do a full teardown replacement of the clutch packs and material and everything and all that fun stuff.
Sure, can you turn your phone off, please?
Sorry, I didn't know this was a movie theater.
Just now.
My bad. Sorry, you can put back on Transform.
Now I don't want to watch it.
Now
Kill the mood.
You sucked it. Turn the lights on. I'm done.
I'm done.
But that's just my
money back.
But the thing that is also annoying is that like some people have talked about it, but like man, everybody cried about the steering wheel and the buttons, and they're fixing that. There's a lot of things that they're fixing on the facelifts.
I will say I didn't know about the buttons. I didn't know that they were like all just like really like touchy touch buttons.
It's all a smooth surface. There's no physical button.
If it don't click, I don't want it.
Trust me, that's how the new remotes. The remotes are like that. It literally looks like it's all one rubber piece, and you can see the pieces, and you can click on them. There's no physical button. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. My favorite thing about Volkswagens.
That's just gonna
was the flip key.
I'm gonna press that in my pocket on accident.
It's not that easy to press. Like it's not like you could like barely push in it and lock or unlock or whatever.
But still, I don't like the design.
Fingerprint buttons. It's weird. It's kind of like I don't know. It's a really weird design. Like it looks like it's like trying to be super futuristic and like this is gonna sound weird, but I think you know what I mean. Like very EV-esque.
Yeah.
Like new age, sophisticated, and it's dumb. Like I love Volkswagen, but they're pissing me off. They're really pissing me off. But that's my 2 cents. I feel like you don't want to beat up your daily. Have fun with it, enjoy it. Do some stuff. But if you're going to do that, go buy something to beat up because then you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about your $40,000 car stuck at the dealership for a week, if not maybe a month. Like just go buy something cheap to tear up. That's my 2 cents.
Well, I was going to talk about GM's last factory big block. So I was scrolling through TikTok the other day, and it was like one of those like TikToks that was like things in car culture that I often think about that I often stay awake at night thinking about. And it was a bunch of like random stuff I don't even remember. And then it was like how GM made a 8.1 liter actually, it's not LS based technically. It's actually based off of a 454, like an old school 454 with LS style technology. Anyway, it's an 8.1 liter
So
Chevy motor.
so when was it implemented, or like when was it manufactured?
So it was actually in the '01 to '06 Chevy and GMC 2500
So
trucks.
so like super early 2000s, like
Yeah,
not
yeah.
even
Yeah,
like not recent.
the early 2000s 25 and 3500 trucks and apparently Suburbans too.
You know, it's crazy to think. Sorry, not to interrupt you, but it's kind of crazy to think that like that was 20 years ago.
I know, it's fucking
It's weird. It's really weird.
wild.
Yeah.
It is absolutely wild. But yeah, no, I did some research. It's called the Vortec 8100. It was basically just a gas option for like
The heavy duty truck.
the heavy duty
The heavy
trucks.
duty work trucks.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it was basically just you didn't want a diesel, you got that. I'm assuming it was a cheaper option because
Probably.
usually I feel like usually the diesel option
Everybody
in
wants
trucks,
Duramax.
yeah, everybody wants the Duramax or the Cummins or the Power Stroke,
Yeah.
whatever.
Or the TDI, obviously.
Shut up. But like it, funnily enough, it made more torque at idle than the LS1 at any point in its power range. It's fucking
How much?
wild.
How much did it?
Um, it made 340 horsepower and then made 555.
Holy cow.
Sorry, 455
Still, I mean, still, but like because you gotta think in the early 2000s, like from the 80s, everything was so
Mhm.
like in just power,
Yeah.
torque, anything with emissions and all that, and like just power cutters and governors and all that fun stuff. And then in the 90s, they slowly started bringing it back. So, especially to be only really 10, 15 years off from the 80s and all that fun stuff, that's pretty cool for them to get a number like that out of the 2000s. Because most of the time, to be in that range, you were probably like forced induction, being
Mhm.
V8, probably supercharged, turbo,
Mhm.
something to that extent. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. It's a pretty fucking cool motor from what I was seeing. And, it's a really reliable motor.
Hmm.
Um, Apparently, during the like marine dock test is what they call it, which is like it's full throttle for 55 minutes and then idle for 300 times over and over again back to back, and like
Just kept rocking and rolling.
dude, it just kept on fucking going, just kept going. Apparently, a lot of people are seeing like really or relatively high mileage. Like it's not like anything like a it's probably not like a Toyota,
Yeah.
like a
Or
Toy
it could
like a
go a
20,
million
yeah,
miles.
like a 22R, which will be like at 400 miles with no fucking oil in it and
Like a
still kick.
or like a 2UZ or like a
Yeah,
1UZ, like how they could just keep going for 500,000 miles. Yeah.
yeah. But for what it is,
Mhm.
it did like
Yeah,
really.
no, for being especially a work truck, yeah. Because I mean that means that it's probably it was consistently taking a beating.
Mhm.
Have you seen anybody use it in an application
So I was actually trying to see if I could find anybody who like put in like a drift car or
like a drag
drag
car?
car,
Yeah.
and it seems like I found like a couple people that said that they use it for drag setups and whatnot. I
Mhm.
assume just for the amount of torque you get off the line. Um, but like I didn't see a lot of people use it for like drifting or anything other than drag racing. I
Mhm.
did see where a lot of people will take old school Suburbans with a 454 motor in it
Mhm.
and swap it because they're literally the same exact bolt bell housing bolt pattern, exhaust bolt pattern, and they use the same engine mounts.
Hmm.
So like any old school like big block will fit. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of the. I mean, I'm not a Chevy person, LS
Yeah,
person, but like I know literally, you talk to anybody, the reason why they like it is because it's just a Lego. It's just
yeah,
Legos.
yeah.
They work together.
I'm not entirely sure, like what else you could do
Mhm.
like aftermarket wise,
Like if there's a lot of support.
because I know with like small block like LS based engines.
Oh, dude, there's endless.
Yeah, there's so much just because there's so many variants of it. It
They've
was
been
very well
produced for long.
received.
Yeah,
Performance wise, it was thrown in many different cars. Blah blah
yeah,
blah. You could just swap heads from other motors. Get different bottom ends, different pistons. Blah blah blah.
different heads, different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like as far as I'm aware, this is the only like newer style big block that they ever really made. Well,
Well, hold on. I know what you mean. Here, I know what you mean. In a mass production
yeah,
vehicle, in
yeah,
a
yeah,
mass
yeah.
production
It's
vehicle.
the last one they put in a production vehicle because I'm pretty sure the what was the one that Hoonigan made in the
I can't remember,
IROC?
but it was
Because I'm pretty sure that was a big block.
that was like a crate big block,
Yeah,
something ungodly like what was it, 1,000 horsepower at the gate or
yeah.
something
I
like
want to
that.
say it was like a 840 something. Or I don't.
I don't I don't know, but I knew
Yeah,
soon
it was a big fucking motor.
because I had a feeling I could kind of see it in your eyes. That's where you were gonna go,
Yeah,
but that's why I know what you mean. It
yeah,
was the last kind of big block mass produced vehicle
yeah.
that was like obtainable. Like you didn't have to order it by crate. You could
Mm,
literally go down to your GM dealership and be like, I want that one.
yeah.
I want the heavy duty gas.
Also, considering this is a machine. I mean, machine. This is a motor that was made in like the early 2000s. It
Mhm.
made 340 horsepower and 455 pound-feet torque stock.
Hmm.
That was pretty fucking stout, for back in the day. 340 wasn't nothing to just like it wasn't nothing to laugh
No,
at
I
back
mean
then.
in the 2000s, having 300, 400 horsepower, you were
Mm,
kind of a big dog in your area. Now,
yeah,
obviously, this was in a truck application, so it's probably a heavy haul.
yeah.
But I mean, it's still pretty cool. I mean, it's still kind of cool to think about
I'd
that.
honestly really like to see it like in like a drift car or something. Just an S14 with a big block sticking through the fucking hood. Also, I was looking and found out that in some instances, I think it was mainly like the like big heavy duty trucks because they came in like the like cab over trucks and whatnot. The big heavy duty like utility
Yeah,
trucks.
utility trucks. Yeah,
Some of them made like it. They made 550 horsepower stock and then 690 feet-pound. Yeah,
damn,
no, that's
they were
fucking
hosses. They
wide,
were fucking
wild.
hosses. Yeah,
But
that's pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
No, I'd really like to see it somewhere.
So, actually, sorry, not to interrupt you, but so I keep seeing like all over TikTok them
Hmm.
talking about the new Suicide Squad game.
I've only seen a couple
Okay,
things
so
about it.
I'm not in the games. Well, yes and no. I'm not into games. I will like kind of learn about something if something came out. I thought it was
Mm.
cool, but I just don't do that. I haven't done that in years. I literally use my Xbox to stream everything I watch.
Yeah, I hardly ever play my Xbox
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't do
I
any.
occasionally get on Forza, but
Yeah, I don't see, and that's what I'll hop on Forza if I'm bored. But like, I
mm,
literally will go in and out of like just times of Uno, but GT3 RS, and then I'm like, nah, never mind, I'm done. Um, but I'm also a huge comic book person, mainly
mm,
because my dad, growing up, he collected comic books, so that
mm.
just naturally got me into comics. It is so stupid how this game is done.
What do you
So,
mean?
okay, so apparently, you know the Arkham games, the Batman Arkham games,
No, not really. I never.
but you know of them. You know of them.
I think
Okay, so these were the big dog Batman games that have been like
I
being
know
that
Lego Batman.
it's a good game as well. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna dispute that. That is a very good game as well. So the Arkham games are the like big dog Batman games that have been like made for like the past I want to say I think like 10 years.
Mhm.
Um, and in that game, in the final ending or whatever, Batman like his identity was brought to light, and he like had to like go through and say goodbye to all his loved ones, and just kind of have an understanding that like everything's different now. I have to be something else. Everything's different now, and it was like just it was a phenomenal ending. Dude, they did some stupid shit where Brainiac, who's a big DC villain, like mind controlled the Justice League, and Batman went rogue, and I haven't played the game. I haven't played the game, but I've watched a bunch of stuff about it. They just like murked him like easy peasy. Like they basically found him, caught him. Shit. And the
Word.
sad part is, so again, because I love this stuff, Kevin Conroy has been like the number one voice actor of Batman since I believe the original animated series from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
That is my Batman. That no one will beat that. No one will beat that voice. No one will beat that seriousness of I am the night. I am vengeance. That he just vengeance. He was phenomenal at it, and he passed away. He passed away, I believe, last year. I believe
How old was he?
he he was old.
Oh, he was like old.
I don't want to say like he was like 130, but I think he was like 60, 70, something like that.
No, I wouldn't say that was that. I would say that's old.
Well,
I mean, it's older, but it's
I
not
don't
old.
know what his personal activities were. He could have been doing base jumping
He
since
was,
he was 12. I
well,
don't know.
yeah.
But I'm just saying he was like you talk to anybody who like loves Batman in a like screen appearance, Kevin Conroy is literally this is the best way to describe it. If I read a comic or anything like that, and I'm like Batman's talking and it's his dialogue in the bubble, that's the voice I hear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think of fucking Christian Bale. I don't think of Michael Keaton. Um, I don't think of George Clooney and his nipple Batman suit. Also, fun fact: did you know that he wears Jordans in that movie?
Oh, does he?
Yeah, Jordans are part of the Batman suit.
Hell yeah, he dripped out.
Yeah, at the same time you see his nipples. Um,
Like I said, he's dripped out.
but it's just that's just I needed to talk about that because that has been so aggravating because it's horrible and it's upsetting that they did my man wrong.
Where I was, I think I was watching. Was it Cosmonaut that I was watching with you? Where they were talking about like how Batman kills.
Yeah, so okay, so this is all right. So I explained to you in this. So in the comic books, Batman's number one rule is that he doesn't kill.
Yeah.
That's like his thing. He doesn't kill.
Mm.
Now if you want to get technical, in the very early bits, there were times where he used guns. Now
Mm.
this was also in like the first couple issues, so like dumb, long time ago.
Before the story was really kind of
Before there was like before the
created, or
wait, yeah. So, but in that time span, in the I don't know, 60 years, 70, 50 plus years,
Mm.
the number one he doesn't kill. In all the Batman movies, every actor, I don't understand why. Well, I understand why. Because, like, you also got to think about it from the standpoint of when a director makes a movie, like, yes, there's a fine line of getting true to source material, but at the
Mhm.
same time, you're making your movie.
Mhm.
So obviously you're gonna do things to an
It's
extent.
not canon. I don't want it.
Well, but I mean, but like for instance, like like the Batman with Michael
Mhm.
Keaton and Tim Burton, like changed the game. That was a like it
I
was
really like that one.
yeah, no, I mean
Really fucking good.
that's like you ask a lot of people that's their Batman. Like I
Mhm.
was literally talking with a buddy of mine at work, and me and him were we I don't know how we got to talking about but literally he was like, you know Michael Keaton's Batman, and I was like, yeah, yeah. He was like, that's my Batman.
Mhm.
That's how a lot of generations see it. Like a lot of younger people like us would probably say Christian Bale is their
I
Batman.
think it's because it was more relatable to
Well,
our generation.
but the other thing is Christopher Nolan, the guy who directed
Mhm.
the Christian Bale trilogy.
Mm.
He wanted it. He made those in a more realness aspect
Mm.
because, like for instance, I can't remember who played Bane off the top of my head, but the guy who played Bane in the comics is huge. Bane is like his bicep,
He's basically built like the Hulk.
dead ass, 100%. Um, and then like Scarecrow looks way crazier in like newer adaptations of him.
Mhm.
But like that was, and again, don't get me wrong, like Christopher Nolan's was good, but again, Batman kills. There's a lot of unintentional kills, but that's the thing. Even in the comics, he never killed anybody. Like
Mhm.
he didn't drive his car and ram somebody off a bridge. It would be push them, and if they accidentally got out of the car, fell out of the car, and was about to fall off the bridge, he would save them.
Okay.
That's how he always is.
So what movie was it that I seen, or what game? Where was it from that I seen where Batman. They were talking about Batman kills.
It was probably Cosmonaut. It was probably Cosmonaut.
Well, I know, but like what?
All of them.
What series?
All of the movies Batman has killed.
Oh, really?
The only one who actually got it right is the Batman with Chris Pattinson. Which did we talk about that our last? Did we talk about the Batman?
I think we did.
I think we did. Well, since we did, we won't go too in deep. That's probably the best live action, like my opinion. This is my opinion.
Not gonna lie, I think you were talking about a different Batman earlier. The one that I was like, yeah, no, I think that was the one that's our Batman. I like the Batman.
With Chris Pattinson.
Yeah.
The movie that me and you went to go see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that phenomenal movie. Phenomenal.
Yeah, no, that one
but
fantastic.
But long story short, yeah, no, the Suicide Squad, dude, that it's sad, it's dumb, it's very just like it's very upsetting. It's annoying that like with the day and age and the amount of source material and the amount of just like stuff that has been made by different studios and all that people don't really like just think. Like what would fans think? Like now not people who just go watch the fucking movies. People who've grew up reading the comic books, having collectibles. Like I liked Legos, but like I collected DC minifigures. I'm talking about being 12, 13, saving up hundreds of dollars to buy multiple Batman capes. I'm serious. This shit's serious to me. I have boxes of comic books, and for my birthday, one of the coolest fucking gifts was
Still to this day, I'm pissed at my parents for not buying me the original Death Star. If only they would have forked out the money for that original Death Star.
I think every kid wanted that, dude. I know what you mean,
dude. I remember you get the fucking Christmas catalog in the mail, and then what my parents would do would be like, "All right, here's the catalog.
Circle what you
yeah,
want."
exactly. They'd be like, "Circle what you want," and I'd sit there and like circle the whole fucking thing.
Dude,
but like,
as soon as
I would like whenever I got the Lego Death Star, the OG one, I would just circle the shit out of it.
As soon as they hand it to me, I just hand it right back. And they go, "Sweetie, do you not want anything?" And I go, "No, I want all of it.
I want Lego Death Star.
I want all of it. I don't care. You want Barbie? You want Barbie dolls?
Yeah,
I want all of it.
I want Barbie.
I want to learn how to dress right.
I want Barbie."
But no, I know what you mean. I think every kid wanted the Lego disc. Either that or the Millennium Falcon.
Oh God! Oh yeah, I forgot about the Millennium Falcon. Either one of those. If I had it today, dude, I would be selling that bitch for some money. I'd be getting that money, brother. I want to talk about this.
Okay.
Because I know me and you have talked about it before.
I'm ears open.
And I know this will be a good conversation for this podcast. So I want to talk about car YouTube today versus how it used to be whenever we were like in high school, like as kids, you know, whenever you first started like watching car YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. Break it down for me.
So first of all, I want to talk about Hoonigan. I think the big hitter in the game. Because obviously if you're a car guy, you probably know about Hoonigan, you know.
Even if you've never watched a single thing, you had a
never actually watched Hoonigan, you've seen the brand's name somewhere.
Literally, just
whether it be plastered on the back of a absolute piece of shit Honda Civic, or you know the coolest fucking thing you've ever seen, like a Dodge Viper rolling down the road with just a random Hoonigan bumper sticker.
Also, just sorry not to interrupt because I'm very curious, but just to add to it, one of the most dumbest interactions I've ever had with somebody was a girl I used to kick it with who had a Lexus IS 300. She had a Hoonigan sticker, and I was like, she was a quote unquote car girl. Who knows? She was like, I was like, oh, I like your Hoonigan sticker. She's like, oh, thanks. I was like, oh, like, do you watch Jim Connor and Kim Block? And this bitch literally went, who? And I remember going, what do you mean, who? And she was like, I don't know who that is. And I was like, how do you not know who that is? You have his sticker on your thing. And she was like, what sticker? And I was like, Hoonigan. I was like, what are you talking about? Dumbest shit. That's why, screw that girl.
PSA. if you don't know the brand, or you don't know the context behind the clothing, the sticker,
The
whatever the
content,
content, whatever you're repping, don't rep it.
rep it.
Don't rep shit you don't fucking know.
Because you're just gonna look dumb. You're just gonna look dumb, and then you're gonna feel bad about yourself, and
Yeah.
you're just gonna
Look,
hate it.
okay, I've never understood why people like, you see random like kids that are wearing like NASCAR t-shirts because they're in quotes cool,
It's the trend now.
or
It's vintage trend.
like a vintage like metal band t-shirt. Like people be wearing Metallica, Iron Maiden,
Iron Maiden,
Nirvana, and then you go up to them and it's like, okay, name 5 Nirvana songs, and they'll be like, uh, Teen Spirit. Ah, great. That's a good one. Name something that the common folk don't know.
Talk about Lane Staley not having a real arm and it being fake.
Look it up. You shut the fuck up.
Look it up.
You leave my man Lane alone.
Look it up. It's a conspiracy. It's true.
But anyway, yeah, no, with Hoonigan.
Yeah.
So, I think Hoonigan is one of the top reasons why I actually like started to branch out and actually dig into cars. Like, yeah, I grew up around it as a kid, but never really like
you never
I never
sunk
I
your
never
teeth in.
I never really I never really dove in. Like, I just kind of was like accepted what I was around with, working in the shop with my dad and going to the races and whatnot. But that actually like getting getting beneath the skin of the car culture. And Hoonigan was one of those media outlets, I guess you would say.
It was content.
That
True blue car
that actually showed me like the different, branches of motorsport, car scenes,
hurt with drifting,
styles. I grew up watching. I didn't. Whenever I started watching, they had already moved to the Long Beach location, not the OG
Compton.
What was the very first shop they called?
I can't remember.
They had like a name for it.
But it was
pretty sure
Compton, I believe.
No, that's their newest one.
Oh, that's their newest.
Yeah,
one.
their newest one's in Compton. But anyway, I started watching whenever they moved into the second shop. So I wasn't like a true OG of Hoonigan. I'll admit that. But
we also weren't driving at the time. We weren't.
Yeah, but still, I've been watching Hoonigan for years.
For
years, since like early high school, if not earlier. So I remember whenever they first got the shark cart. It turned into the shark cart, the shit car. I remember when they used to do the fucking man line. Dude, remember the fucking man line off the fucking dock and shit with like off-road cars and shit?
Going just batshit.
And like just drift cars drifting on the dock. Dude, I miss that shit. I miss the random, just badass, like hold my beer type shit.
I missed watching like Danger Dan building stuff or like fixing shit, and then
I miss John Chase. Like randomly drawing shit, like product stuff. I miss the old school Hoonigan, which
is gone now.
It's gone, and the content's kind of cool, but I'm not gonna lie. I looked at Hoonigan the other day and scrolled through, and I couldn't find a single piece of content that wasn't this versus that until I got to 2 months in.
And the sad thing is, well, I mean, with them, because the thing is now it's getting talked about them getting bought out. But they got bought out years ago.
Yeah.
They got bought out years ago. I think it's only now people are starting to realize it, and you can actually. Well, honestly, the other thing is everybody's leaving now.
Yeah,
I think
everybody's kind of realized that they're kind of fed up with the corporate.
The corporate. I don't want to say fed up. I wouldn't say necessarily fed up. I think
it's just not for them.
Yeah, it's not like Vin. Like Vin talked about it in his video. He was like, I tried it. He was like, I tried conforming, and he was like, it's not my cup of tea. So I'm off doing my own ventures to see what life brings me. Like and you know what what's crazy? As much as it sucks that quote unquote Hoonigan, well, not quote unquote, Hoonigan's been bought out.
Mhm.
Content's going to be different. Things are going to be different. You can tell there's a corporate lining to everything. You can tell now in the content that's made, in the videos that's produced, and things like that. But as much as it sucks to say that, and all the people that all of us grew up watching, I'm kind of happy for them. I'm kind of happy for all of them because they're all in a sense saying, you know what? I'm not leaving on bad terms, but I want to shout out Miles Morales. I'm gonna do my own thing.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
And Vin's talking about like he has a couple things lined up that he wants to do. Hurt, I believe, is doing stuff at what shop?
And he's actually with Nappy Boy Automotive
Yeah,
with T-Pain.
Yeah, with T-Pain.
He's T-Pain's right-hand man.
And see, that's what, and you know what? Again, as much as like I said, I think a lot of people are like super upset that the OGs have gone. The OGs are gone, and
Which sucks. It really does. It's just like Top Gear, how James, Richard, and Jeremy all Jeremy got fired and then the rest left, but
because they're homies, they're tight as fuck.
Yeah, they're tight as fuck. They're family. And we'll get into that later because that's another topic I want to cover. But wink, wink.
Wonk wonk.
But I don't know, man. It hurts. It hurts to see that all that content that we grew up with in high school,
and it was like stuff getting banged out every day.
No, and it was like they really embraced Kim Block's like ain't care.
Well, but yes, but at the same time, Brian Scotto.
Yeah,
and the sense of like he was like, I don't want this to be like a race brand. I don't want this to be. I literally want this to have that skateboard shop-esque vibe of we're just doing us. We're doing us, and we're gonna rock and roll with it. We hope you like it. We hope you stay.
And that's not to say that like I don't enjoy the new content. I do. Like the Australia stuff. When they did this versus that in Australia, there was some like really cool shit. Like the dude with the minivan with the 2J in it. It was basically a Honda Odyssey on a 350, or was it 350 or 370 platform or chassis?
Actually, I think it was an S chassis.
I'm pretty sure it was a Z.
It was a Z?
I'm pretty sure it was a Z. I don't know. I could be wrong.
It was Nissan. It was Nissan.
It was a different body on the frame.
It was some rear wheel drive chassis and
really cool. Also, big fan of GTRs. You know me, but they're the land down under is the kings of GTRs. They got some really nice stuff. I will say I'm not a big fan of their off-road this versus that stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I'm not. I mean, well, it's not weird because I think a lot of like, especially if you look at Donut Media.
Yeah, dude, everybody's getting an off-road.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Which mean I'm not against it. It's just not us.
It's cool, but it's not my thing.
I had a 4Runner for a month. Yes. Was it a 4x4? No.
You've driven off-road before.
I've gotten some mud on my tires. I know some of these words.
I've driven through mud puddles before. Yeah, no, it's sad. Also, Donut. Donut's another good example of, used to have that good hold my beer flair and like just a bunch of homies chilling.
There's an essence to it.
Yeah, they had a really good vibe back then, and not to say that they still don't have a good vibe. It's just I don't enjoy it as much.
It's not. It's
like bring back Science Garage, or that one dude is like day 376 of asking for up to speed.
He's a hero. He's truly a hero.
I will cry whenever that man gets his request.
But did you see that their new project that they're wanting to do? They bought a cheapo Ranger.
Oh yeah, the Ranger, the new money pit.
Buy something cool. Buy legitimate like again, I know this is more up my area, but go buy like a 18T Mark IV. Go buy a B5 18T. Go find go do like cool blue, go find some third gen LSs. Not third gen LSs, my bad. I don't know why I said that. I meant go get some Catfish Camaros. Go get some SN95s. Go get like things that are like famously at the beginning, you throw a little time and love into it, and you got something that could be a drift car, could be a drag car, could be a track car. I mean, the WRXs. That was a dumb idea to start. I mean,
Yeah.
that's because they kept which, but I will say this: I appreciate that they didn't bullshit. They showed problems. They showed what happened.
Yeah.
They explain, and they got a lot of heat for that. They got a lot of heat for like, oh, they're just basically bad mouthing Subarus. They weren't bad mouthing Subarus.
They were just proving us right.
They were just proving well. Because again, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You know, me and Bodie, we're not fans of Subarus, but
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like when it comes to rally, oh hell yeah,
it's super cool.
Subarus are super dominant in World Rally Championship. They're cool as fuck.
But they're not our cup of tea.
Yeah,
they're not.
But road citizen spec.
It's just not our cup of tea.
I don't want it.
Yeah, and it's just I understand what you're saying. How it's kind of weird. Because we like I remember being like 13 or 14 growing up and watching Donut, and now it just feels different. It's very weird.
No, it's so weird. Just like since the beginning of high school, watching all these car YouTubers and like seeing how some of them have gotten cooler and some of them have gotten a little worse, or some of them have gotten bigger, or some of them have gotten forgotten about.
I want your opinion. What's your opinion on Alex Martini?
I don't really watch a lot of Alex Martini, or I'd never really watched a lot of
His fitment industry stuff.
I mean, he seems pretty cool. I mean, he seems like he's a very knowledgeable guy, and he has a tasteful opinion on things. He's not like, "Oh, you didn't bag your FRS?
You
what
suck.
the fuck is wrong with you?"
He blatantly just kind of states the facts.
Yeah, no, and I like that.
Yeah.
I like his honesty.
Yeah.
His honesty is very nice, and I hope that he gets something good going for him.
Yeah.
Beyond Fitment Industries, because man, for the little bit that I have watched of Fitment Industries and watched him talk about stuff, he's really good. I like him. He's pretty cool.
He's got a cool vibe.
Yeah. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Ferraris, but his Ferrari is pretty cool.
You know the story behind it, right?
No,
it was completely wrecked, and they rebuilt it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, he's not just some Joe Schmo. I mean, he really is into cars, and he really is with the shits in the.
He's with the shits.
No, for real, he's with the shits. But again, that's what's kind of
knee deep in the shits.
But at the same time, it's kind of annoying because nowadays, because a lot of the kind of big name, and it's weird. It's the big name people with a lot of people under the belt that you can tell things are different, but it's the people who are kind of to themselves, not to themselves, but are kind of solo in their missions, who are still being true to themselves, which is really, honestly, nowadays, just in general, that's kind of hard to see. I mean, like that dude in blue.
That dude in blue is a great one.
He's someone who's been in the game longer than most people.
I mean, shit. So that dude in blue is a weird one for me. I really like that dude in blue. But the weird thing is I don't find myself watching him very much. And like I've only followed him for a few years. In fact, you're the one who told me about him because I was like, that dude in blue. Who's that dude in blue?
Yeah, I was really surprised because it was around when we first met. I think I was talking about, but like, so I've been watching that dude in blue since I was in high school. I've honestly probably been watching that dude in blue before I was watching Hoonigan. I've always loved that dude in blue because something that I think is really funny, and you can, when you buy a car, 2020 Honda Civic, common reviews, there is a million channels who do it. People who do it in their free time, people who do it for fun.
There are people who review boring in quotation marks stock cars.
But then there's people who like Doug DeMuro, who's again big name, been doing it for a really long time. I don't know a lot about Doug DeMuro.
I don't watch Doug DeMuro.
I've honestly only watched him on VinWiki and him talk about stories and things like that.
I've only ever seen clips of him like on TikTok.
But I know that he's someone who's been in the game for a really long time, and he has reviewed a lot of cool, crazy things. But I think the thing that why that dude in blue has such a like you honestly you feel like you could like sit next to him at a bar
Mhm.
and it would just feel like you're talking to a friend
Yeah.
because
No, he seems like a very down to earth,
he seems like it.
humble guy. Like,
Yeah, and that's why, like personally, that's why I've always loved that dude in blue.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't watch him every single day. Yeah, I don't go watch old videos, but I will say it's kind of cool because like you can kind of, as much as yes, he's doing reviews on people and the custom mods or the custom swap or custom build or that they did to the cars. The cool thing is, at the end of the day, you still can learn stuff.
Mhm.
Like when I was in high school, I had my G35. I watched him do a review of somebody who 2J swapped the G35. And I was like, that's what I want to do. I
Mhm.
didn't want to do a 2J because that's not really my cup of tea. I would have much rather, honestly, just put an HR in it, just get
Mhm.
rid of the DE and just put an HR. But I was like, oh, then that's what I want to do down the road. I want to do a motor swap in my car.
Mhm.
And I think that that's what's kind of it's cool. It's cool to see that there are still some people like staying to their content and staying true to themselves.
Yeah. I just I really like how his content it reminds me of Top Gear, like old school Top Gear,
Mhm.
in the sense of like, like when Jeremy would get in like a random supercar and do like a review on
And
it.
you can tell he's having fun.
Yeah, no, he's
Like,
having fun. He's actually driving the car. He's not just like, driving down the road at 25 miles an hour. No, he's fucking bombing it.
or he's not just going, okay, picking up speed now. Oh, it's got some
Yeah.
kick. No,
No, he's sitting there banging
he's
gears.
going, wow, the kick of it. Oh, it's making my tape run. He's having fun with it.
Yeah.
Like he's truly like you can tell. And that's again, like you said, like that dude in blue. I think he hits it right on the nail.
Yeah. Another one I want to talk about, and I don't think he gets the recognition that he deserves. He's not like a big channel. And to be honest, I haven't been watching him long. I haven't even been watching him a year, so I can't really talk about him, years ago.
Mhm.
But great channel, very much recommend him. Tom's Refurb. I know I've shown you
I've heard of Tom's refurb.
I've shown you a couple of his videos. He's more of a domestics guy, which, I'm not big on domestics, but I love him. He's fucking hilarious.
Mhm.
He has like, he does like a bunch of like random like reviews. Like there was one he did on a CTSV basically where he was like a grandpa that showed up to this. I don't even remember what the fuck the place was. He showed up someplace typical old people hang out at in like
Denny's.
in an old school Cadillac, like big body Cadillac. Pulls up beside CTSV and was like, "Damn, that thing look nice." And he's got like the old man wig on, and whatnot. He looks like old. He's dressed up as an old man, and just like steals the keys, or like somehow I forget how he like gets in it and like drives off, and I don't know. It was a pretty fucking cool video. And then like he's got a Mustang, or actually technically it's a Honda Civic with a Mustang body on. He calls Musutangu, I think is how you say it. But it's literally a Honda Civic with an old school like '60s Mustang body on it. It's
Mhm.
pretty fucking cool. He's actually he's doing a fastback uh, conversion on it, basically putting the old school like fastback roof on it. He's a really cool guy. He does like a lot of skits, which I really like. It's very comedic. It's
He's
not so much. It's not so much like, oh, watch this video and learn how to do this.
yeah.
But it's more of a watch this, and it'll be. Oh shit! What the fuck? Sorry, we're experiencing technical difficulties. But it's more of a watch this cool car video and get some comedy out of it. Have a good laugh.
Well,
And I love that.
and it's pretty cool because he's a young dude. Like
Yeah, no, he's probably a little older than us.
he's around us.
Yeah, no, he's probably a few years older than us. So he's probably, I don't know how old he is. But he's probably if I had to guess, probably 26, 27.
Really? I feel like he'd be like
I don't
25.
know. I don't know. He might be. I don't know. I don't know.
Either way, I agree. Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. I like his content. I like that he's just genuinely funny, and like he just has fun. Like
He's got charisma.
you can tell that this is pure joy for him. You can
Yeah.
tell that he was like, I have fun with this. Let me put a camera on it.
Yeah, no,
Like, you can tell.
yeah. He's got that goofy style that I like where it's just like it's not your typical, shot and being like, yeah, look at this car. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's
It's
yeah,
like,
it's
yeah, this is my '69 Ford Mustang. It's got a big block in it.
yeah, it's not the like, well, here at El Rondo Speedo Shop, we just made a 1,000 horsepower 67 Boss 302 Coyote swapped car. He's like, man, that's what
Yeah, look at this Silverado. It's got the big boogie cams in it. Yeah.
he's literally like, I just put a diff in it. Let's go send it, boys. And he's
Sits there and fucking does burnouts
then
and
fucking
bangs gears
and
and
then
blows the trans.
yeah, and then we'll bring it back, rev bomb the piss out of it, and then it gets rod knock, and he goes, "Well, there's that." And then that's just the video. Like, no, he's definitely and it's I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of nice to see that good content like that is getting made now.
Yeah. Um, Speaking of beating up cars, another one I want to talk about, Whistling Diesel, and this is the last one. But Whistling Diesel, he both simultaneously makes me laugh and cry.
I love him because I have the same mentality of him. I don't give a fuck. I think everybody should just chillax and relax. And when he destroyed those R32s, everybody went, "Oh my god!" No, have fun. You have money.
I mean, I get
Send
it.
it. Do
I
what you
get
want.
it. But like at the same time, it hurts my soul.
I think it's awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, I really did enjoy those videos, but at the same time, it was like, man, it's a car I'll probably never get, and he just fucking destroyed it. I will say though, that Ferrari he had that he was like driving through a fucking cornfield and just randomly caught fire. Like it wasn't even planned, and it caught fire, and he was just like, yeah, it's fine.
I
I
think that was
fucking love that.
no, and then and their camera car caught on fire.
Oh yeah, the fucking Chrysler Pacifica. Yeah, yeah,
All their equipment,
yeah.
everything.
Everything's just gone. He's like, yeah, it's fine.
He's like,
Oh, he bought a fucking. Oh, yeah, yeah. So, do you know the story of Killdozer?
I do know the story of Killdozer, and I know what he bought.
He bought a fucking Komatsu. I don't remember what.
I don't know what they are, but he bought
Not a
basically
bulldozer guy.
he bought basically some heavy duty
He bought the Killdozer. Well, not the Killdozer, but
equivalent.
the same model
An,
as the Killdozer.
yeah, an equivalent.
And the funny thing is, he brought it through fucking Granby, Colorado, where the Killdozer thing happened, and everybody was like, "Oh, wow, that's pretty cool." Yeah, yeah. And everybody like, all the people that were like lived through that happened was like super chill and like happy to like super chill and like happy to like explain, what happened. A lot of people actually didn't know about it, which was kind of strange. You would think something as significant as a man's like armor plating a bulldozer and plowing through most of the town
I'll say, I mean,
would be like pretty like cemented in that town's history, but I guess not.
I'm not gonna lie. I only learned about that a couple years ago when somebody made a Lego meme where it goes, "Hey, a man is getting fucked over by his local company. His local company.
Yeah.
Help him build the Killdozer and
Yeah.
get down and get his rights back from the local town." Like that's
All I'm saying is like I don't care how you feel about it. Is I respect Killdozer. I respect him.
speaking of that.
That he stood up for himself.
Speaking of work things, well, it's not really necessarily the same thing. So I, was online the other day and I was scrolling through something and I was watching some guy on a financial thing. I can't remember what his name is, but I actually like watching his videos.
Mhm.
He quote unquote kind of, I don't know if you would kind of call it an audit, but basically people will give them all their like statements and things like that, and he'll go through and be like, where you're spending your money and help you figure out this and this and that. And it's kind of funny because he'll get people and they're like, you're spending how much on your 2023 RAM? Well, what do you do for work? I'm a manager at Target. So it's like, why do you? So, but it's funny. It's really funny stuff. But he was talking to somebody, this guy who had a brand new like Ram, and was like, "Why do you need that?" Da, da, da. He was like, "You know that truck beds are all the same size, right?" And like they've actually gotten smaller. They've been the same size since they were first produced. And like I kind of like fell into like a conspiracy of it that like I for a little bit believed it, but then I was like, wait a minute, no, that's not true because there's long beds, there's short beds, but the weird thing is, I feel like when I drive around and I look at beds and I compare beds, they all look the same size.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'll let that be up to the people if you feel like that's true or not. That there's just a conspiracy that truck beds have been the same size for 50, 60 something years.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm in a weird way because
So you're telling me my hard body has the same size bed as a 2500 Duramax?
yes,
Wrong.
exactly.
No, ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way, dude.
Oh, did you see? I mean,
My whole truck is the size of the bed.
the truck could take your truck.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I could load my truck into the back of that truck.
Um, I don't know if you pay attention to music, but did you see about Killer Mike? He won a bunch of awards at the Grammys
I don't know.
and then got put in handcuffs.
For what?
I don't really know. I haven't really 100% read into it. But so the funny thing is a lot of people don't know who Killer Mike is.
Mm-hmm.
Killer Mike is somebody who's been in the game for a long time. He's got albums from like the 2000s and things like that. And a lot of people, it's funny, like a lot of people don't know about him unless you're an OG and you know about. My mom knows about Killer Mike.
I only know him because of you and like you talking about Run the Jewels.
And that's what I was gonna say. A lot of people know about him now, mainly from Run the Jewels, because he's half of Run the Jewels. But it's really dumb because a lot of people keep going and saying like, "Who the hell's this Killer Mike dude? Travis Scott got robbed." Da, 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 da. But that's the sad part is that just what shows that like people don't actually like
Appreciate shit.
appreciate music. I mean, that's like the running joke of like you can go like Tyler Creator had a video where somebody was like, "Dude, my top 5 albums, my top 5 artists: Tupac, Biggie, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg," and it's like, really, really, like don't front and like say like that like that's just the shit that you've been banging since you came out the womb. Like be true to your heart. Like like I very much love rap. I very much love underground hip hop. I love that's like a personal like fun. It's personally fun for me to find underground artists. Like for instance, somebody who I love right now is Lord Sco. He is he's a 19-year-old from New York. And I love his music. If I highly recommend listening to his music. He very much gives me those 2010s Joey Badass vibes with like just that 90s vibe like that you got from like Flatbush Zombies, early ASAP Mob. He 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 brings that, and that's again, like I said, it's a personal fun thing for me. So I very much love it. But if I were to talk about like my favorite album, one of my favorite albums of all time is Gorillaz Plastic Beach
Mm-hmm.
because that was the first album I bought on vinyl when I was like 12 or 13. It's not a rap album by any means. It's not even an old.
Still a good one.
Yeah,
Still a good fucking album.
it's a phenomenal album,
And I'm pretty sure most people would agree because a lot of people know about Plastic Beach by Gorillaz.
but that's it's like you make fun of me all the time, but I don't have TikTok. I have TikTok for work, but I don't but I am called a grandpa by most people, but it's just that's why I don't like it because like I remember this dude we used to know, his girlfriend was singing a song because it was a trend right now. And it was I can't remember the song, but it was the Bee Gees.
Mm.
And I went, "Who sings that?" Like I was like just genuinely curious. And she was like, "Oh, I don't know. I just keep singing it, but I think they're awesome." And I was like, well, for your information, it's the Bee Gees. And I was like, I highly recommend listening to them, but like, don't like. She wasn't doing it, but a lot of people would just be like, "Oh, I know, I know, I know." And it's like, well, don't bullshit. Like,
I just
be true to your heart, man. That's
don't like a certain genre of music or a certain artist just because they're popular. Be different.
like, like,
Be different.
like Bodie loves rock. This is a very known fact. He
Yeah.
loves metal. He loves alternative rock, hardcore '90s grunge. I like it, but I swing. I swing. I listen to a lot of different stuff. Sometimes I'm in the mood to listen to Alice in Chains. Sometimes I've been in a huge '80s mood.
Shit. I've listened to, various forms of metal and rock all my life. But like I still like I had whenever I was in middle school, I listened to a lot of EDM, a lot of, dance, house, uh, uh, even dubstep at one point. I don't really like that kind of stuff now. So I mean, occasionally I find something that's like, damn, that's actually really fucking good. I like that. But like, I'll do synth wave, vaporwave. There was
Vape Nation.
there was one point where I listened to like a bunch of lo-fi, um, old school rap. I'm, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, I'm pretty diverse, but like
Not like the other
I'm
guys.
not like the other
Have you seen my
different. I'm just built different.
Have you seen my Spotify rap? I'm in the point.
You Renaissance man.
Sons. Top 1% listener?
Drake, J. Cole, Travis Scott.
Kendrick? Who do you listen to? Always putting me on, man.
Love that.
That is the best video.
I love that video.
Don't get me wrong, I love Spotify rap mainly for the sense of I love just seeing how much music I've listened
Mhm.
to. But my favorite fucking part is that meme gets resend everywhere. And it's literally because of that video, I watch those guys all the time.
Hmm.
They're hilarious. That is one of the funniest videos ever.
Yeah, but yeah. I hate how people will just be like, "Oh, you don't listen to Travis Scott? You're fucking lame." Or like people will be like, "What do you listen to?" Oh, I listen to like Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam. I'd be like, who the fuck is that?
They'll be like, "Oh, I have a T-shirt."
Yeah, it's like, I have a Nirvana t-shirt. Oh, you like Nirvana? Yeah, yeah. Name 5 songs. Name 5 songs of that. Uh, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. You don't know.
But see, and the thing is what's annoying is people will just just if you don't look like I'm not gonna lie, if you were to ask me that, I would probably go straight up. Smells like Teen Spirit,
Hmm.
but that's the first thing that comes to my head.
Now, if I I will make an exception for people who wear shirts and stuff like that. If I come up to you and be like, okay, name 5 songs, and they go, man, honestly, I don't really know. I just kind of like the shirt. I'd be like, you know what? I respect that.
Because you're being straight up.
And then I'll be like, but if you want to, and I recommend it. Listen to their songs because their songs are actually good. It might not be what you're into, but give it a try. Don't be afraid to go out of the box. And I will say, I am so happy because I remember in like middle school, rock and metal was like only the emo kids like that shit. Nowadays, it's like
Only the weird kids who got
only
mad at class.
only the weird band kids.
No, it'd be the one kid wearing black tactical boots who
Yeah.
you're scared is gonna do something if you say the wrong thing. That's
You gotta watch your mouth around.
yeah,
kid.
that's who got caught. You want to make sure you want to be friends with him on his bad day.
Yeah.
But like I know what you mean. Is it
I'm
got classified as that's what?
Yeah. I'm so glad that nowadays so many people are perfectly fine with grunge, rock, metal. Because like I go to the bar and I'll sing karaoke, and I mainly do a bunch of 90s grunge, and of course I make all the old men proud, but also I've had like a lot of people that are my age be like, dude, you like Alice in Chains? Hell yeah.
That's like the one night I went. I mean, I'm not gonna. It was really funny. I was singing Elton John because
Yeah.
I'm a huge Elton John fan. I love Elton John because of my mom. I grew up listening to Elton John all the time. My mom. You want to know who is crying and screaming and going, yeah, a bunch of moms in their 50s drunk off their asses were.
I will never forget the first, like, I think it was like one of the, like, the first or
It was the first time like I went out and we all did karaoke. Well,
you know what? I
me,
think it was that same night that you were singing Elton John. And I was singing some Alice in Chains or Pearl Jam or something, and all these like 40-year-old white women were like, "Yeah, wow, yeah, sing it! I fucking love that song, yeah!" And I was like, "Thanks, mom. Thanks, grandma.
thanks, ladies. I'll be signing after the show.
Thanks, ladies. I'll be here all night."
If anybody wants to give me a ride home, I will not turn it down.
But yeah, no, I love it when people our age get into stuff that was before their time.
Yeah, no,
It's I don't consider you to have good cultured musical taste unless you don't just have to like old stuff. You can
yeah.
like new stuff, but you shouldn't just
shouldn't-
like new stuff.
You shouldn't. You also like don't well, and don't like.
Give the old stuff a try.
I reckon. I mean, because for one,
To me, honestly, old stuff's the better stuff to me. Nowadays, and this is just my personal opinion, the new stuff just doesn't have the same soul as old stuff does.
that's like I get made fun of all the time because like we grew up in the South.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really listen to country, but I love old country.
Oh hell yeah!
I love 70s.
Give me
like
some China Dang.
give me Glenn Campbell, Hank Williams Jr. Actually, I like more Hank Williams Jr. than Hank Williams because Hank Williams has like old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like I like that. You wouldn't think by how I look and how I dress.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely not.
I'm most of the time confused for growing up in New York than growing up here. But but yeah, no, that's what I think is. It's kind of funny is that there's a lot of people faking it, but I think a lot of people are slowly starting to like Deftones, for instance. Deftones, because Deftones got used in a lot of different like memes,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people now are starting to like Deftones.
And honestly, like I think it's good for it to be used in social media, like older songs, because yeah, I mean it kind of goes against what we're saying about like don't just like it because it's popular. But at the same time, the older stuff gets
Forgotten.
seen. It gets forgotten because you didn't grow up around it because it's from a time before you were born or really had consciousness.
And there's weird instances where like people's parents consistently played that. Like I listen,
Or your parents just was like, yeah, that music's for the devil. You can't listen to that.
like well because that's what I looked out because like my mom played a lot, and it's funny. I'll like sing an old song like, or I'll be listening to something old, like Aretha Franklin,
Mm.
or I'll be listening to who's someone who I really like that that I like Flock of Seagulls.
Oh yeah,
Flock of Seagulls. I love
that
Flock.
one fucking song. I forget what song it was that you played non-stop after what was it? The Guardians of the Galaxy movie?
No, well, it was kind of funny. It was in a what if. It was in the what if.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, yeah. I knew it was something Guardians of the Galaxy.
But like people be like, oh, only because your dad put you on it. Then I'll be like, no, my mom actually did. My mom played a lot of this growing up, and
It's funny. So growing up, my dad only played like country music because that's all because he grew up. You know, he was a typical southern boy,
well, good old boy.
just a good old boy. My mom, I mean, she was raised the same way, but like her music taste was really and truly where I get my music taste.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it's fucking weird how our moms used to listen to like Metallica and random like hardcore shit.
I'll never forget. Like, I was a kid, and my mom, I can't remember. We were like, she had just picked me up from school. We were like driving to the city or something, and she was listening to like Slipknot, and
Can't imagine your mom listening to Slipknot.
And like
The bodies of the
yeah,
the bodies of the
and but like she used to, but then
She's over there. Let the bodies of the
but then at the same time we could be on the way back home and she'd be listening to like Billy Joel
Mm-hmm.
or shit, it's gonna kill me. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Um, like Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Like she that's what and I really appreciate that I got that much like a really good musical range. I get a lot of credit for my musical range because of my mom.
Mm. Yeah, it's funny. My mom used to listen from like Metallica to like Maroon 5.
Yeah, no, literally, I'll never forget. Yeah, my mom always listening to Maroon 5. I'm not gonna lie, I have a little bit of a I have a little bit of a tainted thought about Maroon 5 after his little sexy
Oh, what did he
text.
say?
He'd be like, "Oh my god, your body is so hot."
Oh, oh my God, you're so fine.
No, it wasn't even that bad. It was worse. It was like, "Oh my god, that body is hot." Like, it's like the shit like a 13-year-old would text to a girl to like try and pick. I think that
What was the meme of Leonardo DiCaprio being like, "You're 25? No, stay younger."
you're 25. No, stay
You're so sexy.
but no, that's it's crazy, man. With a lot of things right now, it's like with people in general. Okay, so like I frequently buy and sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
Mhm.
Very all the time. I'm either looking for something, trying to. I have people hit me up because I'm a hoarder for parts
Mhm.
that I have scattered all over the place, and man, it's annoying because I'll be so mad about Facebook Marketplace. Like I'll have to drive all the way to my storage unit, go grab a set of headlights that a guy was talking very seriously back and forth with me. I'll get them. It'll be like an hour before the time. I'll be like, all right, man, you still good to meet up? He will read it and not reply. And I'm tired of it. It's not fair. It's bullshit. Tired of wasting gas on people being just annoying. But randomly enough, I'll get people who will send me their phone number and want to talk about a car I'm selling, and I will talk to these people for an hour. And like it's weird, man. It's I don't understand. It's like people have no integrity because like for instance, if the guy was like, "Hey man, sorry, I changed my mind. I'm not gonna be able to purchase them," or "Hey, I can't right now," or like, "Hey man, sorry, I'm not gonna make it. I don't think I don't think I can purchase these."
Mm.
I'd go, "All right, man, all good. If you change your mind, let me know."
Mhm.
Just common courtesy. That would have taken 3 minutes and a back to 5 minutes tops and a back to back talking.
Mhm.
Like I understand, everybody has a job. If you're at work, you can't. I can't. It's like I can be on my phone, but it's hard for me to be on my phone because I work with my hands. As I know for you, you work with your hands. So obviously, we can't just be on our phones all the time. So I understand that fact, but at least say sorry,
Yeah.
or like
At least say like, "Sorry, man, I can't buy them. You know, I had so and so come up." Don't be just like, "All right, I seen it," and then just ghost.
also people need to do their fucking due diligence. Will these wheels fit my 1997 Camry? I don't fucking know. Why don't you look it up? I don't know. Because at the end of the
I
day,
am not you. Look, if you're gonna buy my stuff, if you're gonna pay me, do your research.
yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. I'm trying to sell it. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lie and be like, "Oh yeah, dude, that must definitely fit."
Do
No
your
money back though. No takey back fees.
do your research. You could have been like, hey, I'm not very new. I'm very new to cars. What's the lug pattern on them? Oh, these old BBSs I have, they're 5x100. Oh, well, I just looked up. My Corolla is 4x114. Definitely won't work. Okay, man. Also, heads up, you could run adapters. Oh, okay. Let me look into that and I'll get back to you. Like that's what
Mhm.
Snippety snap, back and forth. It's not that hard. It's very simple.
Marketplace can be a good resource.
It's weird, man. Marketplace is the wild, wild west.
Mm-hmm.
You get good people. fuck, you remember, I drove down, funny enough, selling another set of BBSs.
Mhm.
We drove to Atlanta because a guy was coming from Alabama.
Yeah.
And, I sent him all pictures. I told him, like, hey, uh, these wheels don't have the original VW caps. There's a little bit of curb rash, but they're in pretty good condition. Um, and the tires on them are okay. I put okay tires just to basically move the car. And the guy was like, "Oh, that's fine, that's perfect." He even gave me a little bit more money just for the drive,
Mm-hmm.
even though he had to do about the same amount. He was coming from Alabama,
Yeah.
and we drove down 2 hours to Atlanta to meet him. And again, he was just being a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. God, man, I wish people would do that more often and just have common courtesy. No, I'm not. I even tried saying, like, "Hey, man, you don't have to." I was like, and he was like, "No, no, no, here, here." And I was like, "Okay, well, thank you very much. See you, man. Have a great day. Drive home safe." Like, I just wish people were thoughtful and had common courtesy. It's tiring, man.
People are assholes nowadays.
Don't hit me up with a shit ton of serious questions about a car I'm selling, and then I reply to you, and then ghost me, and I can look that you fucking read it. Don't do that to me. This isn't Snapchat. I'm not in high school.
Yeah, no,
Don't leave me on red.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna sit there and bug the piss out of you until you message me back and be like, "Yeah, sorry, bro, I can't do it."
Cause like
I want a fucking answer. You're gonna answer me. You listen here, you little bitch.
yeah,
You're gonna answer me.
you're gonna fucking answer me. You're gonna answer me. I have a particular set of skills. Some that make me a nightmare to people like you. Seriously, just be a person. Just be a person, and just write these people back. Just write these people back. Or if you're selling something, please reply. Don't have the product up for months and
Yeah.
it still be up. And then even after I've messaged you twice, don't reply to me. And then you change the price. I will never forget. I was looking at a set of wheels that were like up in like North Carolina. It was a set of Atlas wheels, which the very common wheels on Volkswagens right now are Prismas because it's a simple spec, easy peasy. You can find them all over the place. There's another set, and I don't know the name, but they only came on the 2.0 Atlas models, and not a lot of people like the 2.0 Atlas models.
Mm.
So like they're not really common. So I was like trying to find them because they're a very similar spec, and someone had one up in North Carolina for a reasonable price, and I was like, "Hey, do you still have these? I'd love to come pick these up. I've been looking for these for a while." Never answered me back. Read my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I'll wait a week. I waited a week and I was like, hey, super interested. I have cash right now. I could come this weekend, come get them. Never replied. 2 months later, changed the price lower. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Cats and dogs living together. What is this world coming to? What is going on? I don't understand it. But then, like I said, then you get the really nice people who talk really good back and forth. I had the guy who actually bought my other set of wheels. He bought some stuff. He had to drive down to Atlanta, so he drove by to pick them up. And then on his way back, he bought more parts off of me. So I mean, it's weird, man. I wish people would just have a lot more thought into it. I
Yeah.
wish. But yeah, no, but I think that's a good point to end off right here.
Yeah.
Um,
So make sure to follow us or subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit the notification bell for all those juicy notifications. Make sure you know about whenever we drop a new episode.
we're trying. So with our work schedule, I think we said this on our last episode. It's kind of we're kind of free balling at the moment.
Yeah.
So
we missed last Saturday. Sorry about that. It kind of got a little hectic.
I had to tear down my car and replace my oil filter housing in a garage on the ground. So
a little emergency maintenance.
Yeah, a little emergency maintenance.
But make sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube. Instagram and TikTok. And the links in the description for updates. We'll create more reels or TikToks, letting you know more about when our schedule is. As of right now, we're kind of just shooting for every Saturday, but it might not be every Saturday, just considering, we both work kind of
Long hour jobs.
long hour jobs. It's kind of hard to make time for this stuff, but we will try to get it in whenever we can. And we will make sure to let you know when we post. So thank you for tuning in. We very much appreciate it. We hope you'd enjoy it, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.